A lesson I learned in a difficult way. We have always heard never take life for granted. Still, nobody listens to that until you realize what they mean by saying never take life for granted. I was only 5 years old the first time I heard it. Did I know what it meant? No, I didn't. But then I heard it again at age 12. At the time, I still wasn't sure what people meant by never taking life for granted until I heard it again at the age 16. I finally understood what they meant. I was only 5 years old when my dad died. I was too young to understand what had happened. I was so confused about why people around me kept reminding my mom, brother, and me to never take life for granted. My life had just started. I still had 70, 80 years left, is what I kept thinking. At age 12, my Aunt Alicia got cancer back and was sadly taken from my family. I still didn't fully understand what had happened. The summer after my sophomore year, I learned what it truly meant. In June of 2019, I got the call no kid should ever get. And I was told my best friend had killed himself. That's when I fully understood never to take life for granted. I had talked to him and his brother the day before. We made plans to hang out when I got back in town. And in the pull of a trigger, he was gone. I had lost people in my life before that, but I didn't understand this loss. This loss hit me differently. I couldn't imagine going back to school and him not being there to make me laugh when I had a bad day. That's when I realized I'd taken our friendship for granted. Anything can happen, and your life is completely different. On July 10th, 2019, I got a call from my cousin saying I needed to get to the hospital, that they didn't think my granny would make it through the night. My mom and I got to the hospital, and I couldn't even go in the room. I was still so broken from losing my friend, I couldn't stand the thought of losing my only grandparent. She died holding my hand and me telling her I'd make sure everything was okay and we could make it without her, and that it was time for her to go be with her son. I had never thought of the day I'd lose her. She was supposed to be at my wedding. I took her life for granted, always thinking she would be here forever. In conclusion, never take life for granted. Taking life for granted is so easy, we do it without even realizing we're doing it. Just remember, nobody is here forever, and live every day like it's your last. Because of my experiences, I have grown into the person I am today, and I wouldn't change that. I just wish I had cherished my time with all these people more.